Hi, I'm John Holcomb. I'm chair of the mathematics department at Cleveland State University and a working statistician for 20 years. What I want to share with you are sort of my top 10 list in the style of David Letterman of why I like working with data and being a statistician. So number 10, it's never boring. When I was in high school, I worked as a lifeguard, and I was a lifeguard of a tiny pool, and I was bored out of my mind. One thing I love about working with statistics is that each project is a new story. There's new insights to be gained, the data is different, the people that I'm working with are different, and that leads to excitement and leads to more enjoyment. Another thing I like about statistics is that you work in a bunch of different fields. There's kind of a famous quote in statistical circles from John Tukey: the best thing about being a statistician is you get to play in everyone else's backyard. And that's certainly been true for me. I've worked on projects in dealing with nutrition. We looked at whether emu meat would be a viable substitute compared to beef and turkey. And we found that even if you cook it in taco seasoning, people still didn't like it. I've also worked on projects of stroke rehabilitation, looking at people who help them learn how to walk again after a debilitating stroke. I've even worked in banking projects to see if banks are they expanding by buying other banks, or are they expanding by building their own branches? The range of projects is just so much fun, and that's one great thing about working with statistics. Another thing is that it's an international discipline. Statistics projects are going on around the world, and people from around the world are engaging in data. And so that's an exciting way to interact with people in exciting and new ways. Statistical conferences are occurring around the world, and when you get a career in statistics, you get to travel to those conferences, usually on someone else's nickel. I've had the privilege of traveling to Europe and within the United States, and I'm looking forward to going to Japan in 2018. And so that international travel has been quite an opportunity for me, who grew up in a small town in Western New York where there were more cows than people. Statistics involves creativity, and that may sound a little bit counterintuitive. When you're taking statistics courses at the high school level and even the freshman level, your answer is usually right or wrong. But when you start getting into the more advanced topics, there could be more than one right answer. And so that can be exciting. One person's statistical model might be different than another person's, but both could be useful. And so you do get to be creative, and there is not one rigid analysis for most projects. Other things about statistics is that the field is constantly evolving. In particular, computing power is constantly getting faster, and we're able to store more and more data. The kind of problems that statisticians are working on today weren't even possible 5 or 10 years ago. And so that's always making the field fresh. Statistics can lead to a comfortable job. Often you're working in an office with air conditioning, and you're in casual clothes, and it's not a physically demanding field. There's also opportunities, though, to be out in the field if that's what you're interested in. You can engage in environmental statistics and be involved in water samples if being in an office isn't for you. Statistics can involve recognition. A lot of the times we write papers in journals that are read by people across the world to share with the scientific community the results of what we found. Seeing your name in print can be kind of exciting, and that can lead to recognition. In some of my other videos, I've talked about the tremendous demand and opportunity in this field. And I think that demand is only going to grow in the next 5 to 10 years. And so I think that this is a great time to study statistics. And the last thing is that it's fun. You are the person working on a project. You're almost like a statistical sleuth. You're the one investigating whether this data set has new insight to be gained and gleaned that can be shared with a lot of people. Well, discovery can be fun, and that's why one of the main reasons that I love being a statistician.